Hello, welcome to another edition of Expat Living. Well, Ho Chi Minh City is the biggest economic hub of Vietnam, and this is a popular destination for many foreigners. In fact, there's a large expat community in the city, and today we're going to meet one of them. Lerval is a photographer from France, and after living here for a while, he decided to settle down, and he's now in love with the city. Now let's meet him and listen to his story. French expatriate Lerval can be found wandering the streets of Ho Chi Minh City every day. Having traveled around different countries in Asia, Jan has found something special that has persuaded him to stop here for a bit longer. It's now his 12th year in Vietnam. After some cancelled appointments, I finally meet the man. Our talk begins with Jan's first visit to Vietnam 12 years ago.
I was working in handicraft and furniture. I made a visit to Vietnam to see what I could find here. And that's how it started. The first trip to Vietnam in December 2000. I started to manufacture products here and export to Europe. So that's how I started. And since then, I kept on doing that kind of business for 8 years. So traveling back and forth like 4 or 5 times a year.
Having lived here for a while, his love for the country grew and he decided to settle down.
I settled down almost 2 years ago now and changed life, became a photographer, and I love being here. I always loved being here, and I just wanted to settle down and give it a try in Vietnam.
He first came here as a businessman, but he experienced a change in direction and he became a photographer. Jan has been into photography since he was a child, and when the time came, he just picked up his camera and started his journey to discover more about photography.
I've always been taking pictures, always having a camera with me since I'm a very little boy, and so I always loved taking pictures of everything. And I just thought that if one day I would change my life and change my professional activities, I would definitely do photography. And you know, life brings sometimes some events, and that gives you the possibility to change and get into something else. So I just 3 years ago, I just decided to give it a try and just still take pictures, but another way, for another purpose. Whatever is going on around me, I think it's nice. I just take a picture. It can be a sunset, a sunrise, just a wind in the rice field. It can be, a boat on a river. It can be anything. Just a pleasure to take a picture.
The first thing Jan wanted to discover was Ho Chi Minh City, the southern metropolis he now calls home. Grabbing his camera, he spent years traveling around the city, trying to find its most hidden corners. Today, Jan is visiting Thủ Thiêm Ferry.
I come here a lot because I think it's a very nice place. We are just in front of District 1 and all the financial district, and but just on the other side of the river. So we're very close, but on the same time very far, because here is nothing. It's a dead area. They're just destroying everything to build, something new, just expand the other side. It's always very interesting because there's a lot of life on the water, a lot of boats, different shots on daytime, on nighttime. So it's quite nice.
And that's how Jan has come to know so much about the place he's living in.
Thủ Thiêm ferry line was opened more than 100 years ago, and those boats are more than 60 years old, those ferries here, and they just went out of use just a few months ago because they closed the line on last January as they opened the tunnel.
And so it's actually very interesting. When you know that kind of information, you look at these ferries really a different way. You have a different look. And so I really started to, well, I want to find out more about that.
Despite taking landscape photos whenever he can, what Jan loves most is portrait photography, especially children portraiture. His portrait photography studio takes place just around the corner from the apartment block where he lives.
Basically, I love to meet people, talk with them. So, of course, take pictures. Everybody's different, and wherever you go, you never find two times the same person. So I just like that diversity and, well, of course the face, but the situation, the position, the behavior, the way they look at me or they don't look at me. So portraits is, it's infinite possibilities and always different results.
But then, Jan travels further, out of the city, to the countryside. Despite the heat of summer in the city or the humid weather during rainy season in the countryside, Jan doesn't deny his passion for portrait photography.
Kids are always smiling and happy and laughing and playing and especially in the countryside. They're really easy, very easy, and just very surprised at the beginning because they don't really used to see a foreigner come in with a big camera and they don't really understand what is going on. But after a few minutes, everything got so easy, just like this. At the end, you don't want to go away anymore. You want to stay, and you're always a little bit sad to leave. Always. Vietnamese people are very friendly. Very, very gentle and very friendly, very open. They very easily open their door and welcome you in their place, in their house, in their life.
With thousands of child portraits, Jan finally could open his own private exhibition.
Yeah, that's the one I told you. Actually, the sky is really beautiful.
Themed Saigon Kids, the exhibition is held in a restaurant in the city center. So this is your first exhibition in Ho Chi Minh City?
This is my first exhibition here in my place, and but this is actually my second exhibition in Ho Chi Minh City.
And what about the theme of this exhibition?
Well, it's about kids. Basically, this exhibition is for a charity association, which is KOTO, and since KOTO is helping a lot children in Vietnam to get jobs in in restaurant fields, so we just thought that it would be good to make an exhibition about kids. This picture here is a picture of kids playing football on the asphalt there. So I shot this picture in November, so still rainy season. And it was actually, it was not raining just at that time, but it rained a lot just before. Kids playing in the street, with just two bicycles as goal. I like the angle, I like the clouds, the rain on the floor.
This is one of your most favorite?
Yeah, it is one of the one that I like the most. And actually this picture I shot before I knew that we would make this exhibition, This is actually in Bintan Market. I went there one day and I saw this little girl with maybe her sister, I don't know, and it was just
looking at what I was doing, looking at me, you know, and so I shot that picture when she was actually observing me, taking pictures of what was in the environment there. So yeah, we have one picture there, one there, two here.
This
and
one?
This one is the most successful one. I mean, that's the one we sell the best. She's sitting and I just go like this. So I just take my feet back so my feet are not on the picture.
Yeah.
And I just do like this, you know, and she's sitting looking at me like this. And so very from the top. And that comes out really nice because the mud is very beautiful around, you know, the cracked mud is very nice. So it comes like, I mean, for me, the feeling of this picture is like you have a completely dead area. Everything is just dry and no life.
Yeah, but still.
And this young girl is just like ready to grow up,
right.
yeah, to rise up, exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Jan's exhibition has drawn great attention from the expat community in town since its opening.
I really like the pictures. They are very nice in black and white, and they show a very nice street view of Vietnam. And yeah, also quite a few nice pictures with the children, which are very nice to see. You see on the pictures, you see very typical the Vietnamese street life of children, and you see most of the children, they are quite needy of a lot of things, but you also see very happy faces.
The exhibition also won support from expats thanks to the quality of the work and good cause.
We decided to dedicate the proceeds from all the pictures to Koto. They're a charity who really look after disadvantaged youth and street kids in the sense that they give them vocational training for 2 years. And so we thought that this might help them fund their enterprises.
With the growing popularity among the expat community, Jan has opened photography workshops. Neighboring provinces are often the destinations for such activities. Today, Jan takes several others with him on a trip to Kansa district, some 50 kilometers from the city. He hopes that he'll be able to find some good material for his students. But more than that, he hopes he can show his fellow expats some more obscure features about the Vietnamese countryside.
I feel very happy to be able to know about that. So there are two feelings. First, I'm happy to know about their life, about these people, what they're doing, and so that's very interesting because I am always interested in what everybody else is doing, especially like this. This is so different from what I can see in my country, and we don't have that kind of activity there.
After years working in photography, Jan's skills made him the ideal teacher, whether it's for a hobby or a serious job. And the beautiful landscapes of Vietnam and the hospitality of Vietnamese people in places they visit offers ideal topics for these photography lovers.
The workshop so far this morning has been really good and interesting. It's always really nice to get out of Saigon and to come to different places nearby the city, but where there aren't many foreigners and where tourists don't normally come, and to see local life, see things like the people collecting the sand for the clams and learning about their life and what they do and having a chance to photograph.
Jan loves Vietnamese food and he tries as much as he can to find out more about Vietnamese cuisine. He's not only interested in the expensive things offered in fancy restaurants, he's equally at home sampling simple, cheap dishes that he finds in the street or in small alleys.
Vietnam is one of the best countries in the world for food. You know, it's, I mean, you have everything here. You have fruits, vegetables, I mean, tasty salads, tasty meat, tasty fishes. You have so much diversity for everything.
During his stay in Vietnam, Jan fell in love and married a local lady. He now has a small family with a lovely daughter.
I just stay home whenever I can be home, be with my daughter. I have an 8-month-old daughter here, so spend time with her, spend time with my wife when she's at home too, when she's not working, and that's basically family life. Very simple guy. I'm a simple guy with a simple life, and that's the way it is.
Whenever John has time, he returns to his flat with her daughter. He enjoys every moment with her, the fruit of the love he has here. Vietnam is not only a place to stay for a while, it's now his home.